Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the biggest, it's the baddest, it's Talladega. Folks, welcome into STAM Studio Network. I'm the commentator, Justin Yaw, joined with me, as always, by Mr. Sean Stam. Sean, we're back, baby. It's another week of action, this time with the biggest and the baddest. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm doing great on this wonderful racing evening, Justin. We got some playoff action here tonight. Coming to a close in the round, as well as in the schedule. Only 2 more races to go. Martinsville next week, and then in a couple of weeks' time after that, it's Phoenix to round out the season. Welcome in, sim racing fans. Sean Stam, Justin Yaw up here in STAM Studio Network. We're going to bring you some Dega action tonight. It's super speedway racing. As we take a look at these point standings, they've been tight throughout the whole season, but it's still Kyler McCarthy, Tyler Massey, Austin Mice, Matthew Fitz, Chris Campbell in that top 5, Justin.
Chris Campbell, let's look. Brian Huntley Jr., 6th, Tyler Myers 7th, Justin Steves 8th, Brandon Moore in 9th, and Robbie Bias going to round out our top 10. Speaking of Justin Steves, he is back, folks. Glad to have that number 87 machine back with us after a couple weeks off with some medical stuff. But very, very glad to report that number 87 Red Bull machine is back with us tonight here at Talladega.
Welcome back, Mr. Justin Steves. Hopefully you're doing well here, as we'll get to some. We're going to get to some virtual live trackside action happening here tonight. But before we do, got to thank those sponsors and affiliates and the fans out there live on STAM Studio Network. But we got some extreme scoring, custom graphics, the Alpha One Foundation, the admin box, as well as Bearded Bear Custom Hides, Cotton Bowl Speedway just right outside of Austin, Texas. And that's going to do it just about for qualifying. Let's take a look at our starting grid here, Justin.
So she gets that brought up. Can appreciate those folks helping us bring all the action to you each and every week and every show. If you put it up, I can't see it.
It's okay. We might we might have to restart something here real quick, but before we do that, it looks like some excellent track conditions here tonight. Real quick, we'll be right back with you on STAM Studio Network as we get these graphics sorted out. Alrighty, welcome back, race fans. We got a packed grid here tonight. It's 25 drivers. We'll get those. We're going to skip the starting grid here tonight as we are coming out of turn number 4. Finally have these graphics here back up for you. Getting ready for some green flag racing at one of iRacing's most prestige super speedways on the schedule. It's Talladega, it's Dega, baby. It's Robbie Bice and Charles Van Schwick up on the front row. Austin Mice, Brian Huntley Jr., Tyler Massey, Kyler McCarthy, playoff drivers continuing to rise to the top. Though you see that later restart zone here, it's green flag racing.
So here we go, green flag gonna fly. They'll get nose to tail, they'll get backed up to one another. Right now, here comes Charles, or Chuck Van Schwick, whatever. Excuse me, dying here.
We're all warming up.
Some went right, which should have went left. Here we go. Let's get a fresh start here. Chuck on the outside, Robbie on the inside. It's a lot of bumping and drafting, but it looks like Austin going to abandon ship. That 41 is going to go to the back up there on the 3rd row. Bias going to be on the inside. Got Huntley right there behind him, Tyler Massey. In this race right here, folks, Huntley going to poke his nose out there. I think just try to get some fresh air, get that nose cooled down as they'll work their way off of turns 3 and 4. Head back towards the travel.
Now we're going to have to talk about those temps here quite a bit tonight. A little early on for it. Maybe, I don't know if he just got shoved out of the way there, did Charles Schwick, but he's going to have to keep, we're going to have to keep an eye on the 41 because I'm not sure about you, Justin. Kind of the front of the pack is the safest spot. The back of the pack's the safest. I think he dropped back right in the hornet's nest there, looking to still, yeah, he slotted back line about 10 rows back from the that inside line. It's still side by side here from about 4th on back. Starting to look at that number 69, getting a great push from the 97. Fitz and Mice. Here comes the 71. I believe that's Willie B. Roberts making that high side line work early on.
How about you, Willie B? We're going to be watching this. Remember, you got to be careful with those pushes very early on in this race. We're only 2 laps into an 80-lap race, so you got to really be careful. And you watch those temps, make sure you don't blow this thing up. Funny enough, a couple years ago, a friend of mine that I round track race with around the house, he works for a big construction company around the house, and he's a shop owner. So they go through Cintas, okay? So Cintas is their uniform provider. So they got a suite at the track, okay? So we go and they do this thing at the suite that if, like at the beginning of the race, everybody pulls a number out, and if they win the stage, you get money, and you know whoever ends up winning it gets. It's like $5 to enter, okay? So Justin pulls Kyle Larson. I'm like, okay, all right, great. We got money in this, okay? They're like, whoever finishes dead last gets the rug at the back of the pack. You want to guess what happens to Kyle Larson on lap 1? The engine blows.
Oh, of course.
So, anyway, Justin got a rug out of that.
His luck would have it, right?
Yeah, as luck would have it, I would get a rug. Out of all the things I could have won, I didn't win no money. I won a rug.
Hey, rugs are rugged.
But just
Nah, I mean,
rugs are expensive too.
a biggin? Supposed to do those biggins.
Pause. That thing was like, I don't know, probably 4.5 by 4.5, 4 foot by 4 foot, somewhere around there. It was a decent sized rug.
Hey, you take your wins when you got them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, we ain't gonna complain too much. But anyway, back to racing action.
Look at the throwback scheme on Kyler McCarthy there. That 24 caught my eye early on, that Nitro Racing Chevrolet Camaro. I call it throwback, but he's wanting to go fast. That's a little bit of Ricky Bobby action happening here from the high banks of Dega. And don't look now, but Tyler Massey, he's already making 2 positions since the drop of the green. That inside line rocking and rolling. He's really harvesting I tried to use a little term early on, but he's having a good run tonight. Man, Matthew Fitz is getting a run out of the corner. A really big push there from Kyler McCarthy. Willie B. Roberts right there with him. Look at the 43. I believe that's Stan Mayberry. Outside line continues to hang with the inside.
That outside line there, up to about the 3rd row there. Right now you got Bison Huntley out in front, and again, you can't win this race on the first lap. That's the way Talladega goes. You got to be there at the end. Don't tear this thing up. Make good decisions early on in this race. If you go towards the back, hey, that's fine. We can work our way back up as the run comes, but don't put yourself in a bad spot too early.
Checking on Charles Van Schrick, remember he started up there in the front of the pack. He dropped back to about P15, P16. Still in the Hornets nest though. Look at that 3 wide right up there in front of him. This is gonna get pretty nitty, pretty gritty, pretty quick here. Only 6 laps down out of 80, but out of the super speedway races that I run, for some unknown reason, it's been about lap 8 to 9 that first lap caution will fly. It's the Bump and Run Cup Series. It's clean, it's fast racing, but we're going to see if it's race analytics or if it's going to be kind of the league running that keeps this thing. We'll see if it's clean these next couple of laps.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get a breakaway there. You got Bison Huntley up front. You got Josh Small right there together. And how about that outside line right now? Or I guess that middle line being led by Joe Stife and Philip Freeman. Looking back through there, you got Willie B. Roberts high side up there. And is that 45? Or no, that's Sean Judson up there kind of pushing the 71 of Willie B. So everybody kind of getting a feel for where their car is happy at. And you, like I said, you got to watch those temperatures, man, because you could be running hard. And next thing you know, you start running hot. And got to put a real damper on the old day.
Gotta be careful with these pushes here, as it looks like, oh, that inside line really starting to come to life now. The outside completely fizzled out. Now it's 3 wide. Looks like Willie B. Roberts is in the meat of the sandwich there. Sean Judson with a thump and a thunk there from the 41 GOAT Racing diecast machine. If you're looking for some diecast there that has some quality to them, of course, hit up Charles Van Swick's own GOAT Racing diecast. He's at the top of 3 right here. This is still that battle for about 15th, 16th, 17th, battling for 3 wide as we're going to come across the stripe. Let's call it 4, maybe. No, we'll keep it 3.
Not me currently looking at Charles' website, seeing what he's got on here.
Dude, the customs, I think, are where it's at. But I, of course, got the, he's still got the real racing rocking and rolling there. As a matter of fact, his logo,
I'm going to need him to throw me a discount on here.
God,
throw me a
remember
discount
when he
code.
did that for once we hit 1,000, man? That was too nice of him.
I wish I'd have took advantage of that. Currently looking on here, Luke. Right now, the one that I see that I want is Dale Jr.'s Budweiser Speedway Classic late model car. Currently
He's
at a
got
very
that one
good
up there?
price.
Holy.
Yeah. Chuck, just go ahead and take my wallet, buddy. Go ahead and take my wallet.
Oh, I'm gonna try to beat you to it here, but no, I'm just kidding. With that 41, even though continued falling back through, well, he fell back through the pack, continuing to run steadily where he was. I almost wonder if this is a fuel-saving strategy. We know Chuck and his fuel-saving runs. What are you doing up here at the front of the pack? Well, you're running in that safer position, but doing that, you're compromising that fuel burn, especially being the race leader. Brian Huntley Jr. probably not losing as much fuel there as I want to take a look at earlier on in the race. There's our weather for tonight. It's a cool, calm, and collected 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Justin, I know you know about that humidity over there, the old Alabama regions. It's partly cloudy. That might kind of present some handling differences lap after lap after lap for these drivers to deal with.
Yeah, we're finally getting to the part of Alabama where it doesn't suck as bad for the humidity. 26% ain't nothing. That's, we're walking around in a hoodie and a sweatshirt right now because don't know how to act. Like this morning I walked out and it was 46 degrees and I got home and it said 81. I was like, what the heck? But that's the part you deal with in Alabama, baby. Never know what you're going to get. That's their saying is, if you don't like the weather, give it an hour.
We got the 1 week of fall up here. The 1 week our leaves change color, and so I'm still waiting for that one to happen. Josh Small, though, look at the man wiggling, jeeving and jiving out there coming out of turn number 4. That's not only a big save inside of the car as he's pushing Brian Huntley Jr. very hard up there into the rear bumper of Robbie Bice, but that's, I don't know, you have the teammates here tonight. These drivers have raced with each other pretty much throughout the whole season. I don't think it's more like fixed racing where you're going to have to start to see who can hold that line or not. I think it's just a matter of finding your teammates, finding your buddies here tonight. Is it still too wide through about that 16th, 17th position on back, single file from that point on forward?
I'm just glad we don't have a monster sandwich this race like we did at Daytona. 4 guys all running the same exact things and you can't tell which one's apart.
But I don't know the
Sorry to the monster boys.
Yes.
I'm gonna need like something different, like put a neon roof on one of them or something, so I know which one's my car.
Let's check on that old 87 Red Bull here. Justin Steves, he is back racing with us. If you're just now joining us, Justin had a couple months out here off of racing out of the Bump and Run Cup Series for some health stuff there, but he's back, baby, and he's running in a cool, calm, collected 20th position. It's cool, calm, and collected because I think it's pretty safe to run back there. You have your either the top line to run, if they all start wrecking, or down to the bottom line to all get away from it, as well as once again that fuel saving that you're able to do a little bit further on in the back of the pack, and you still see that all single file from about 15th on forward. It's a Ford leading a Chevy, Chevy, and then that Toyota of Chris Campbell up there in that top 5. What's your kind of strategy call here tonight, Justin? 70% fuel for 80 laps. We do have 3 tire sets, but you think it'll come down to handling?
Nah, I think the tire set, I mean, you know, I think you can make it off maybe 2 sets. But fueling's going to be your issue. I mean, we don't want to pull a Larson and run out on the very last lap as a Larson fan. Ouch. But making sure you top that baby off and making sure you hit your margin laps. Go in the settings. I don't care if you're doing it going down the back stretch or under caution, turn those margin laps up so that way you top that baby off with some fuel.
Speaking of, well, runs and fuel burning, well, I believe Really B. Robert is going to continue to burn some more here as he's going to pop outside, make that outside line start to move and groove. And I think Charles has possibly maybe said, all right, I've saved enough this fuel stint here. Here comes, that's Cameron Smith's. Let's look at Justin Steeves, the 45 of Tyler Myers. All these drivers that were just back there kind of running conservatively. Now they're going to make that the outside line work. Sean Johnson is put 3 wide. He's going to fall like a rock. We're going to see that inside line continue to shoot forward this time at the entrance of turn.
As they work their way through turns 3 and 4, got Philip Skeeter back there, that 84 machine, the kinetic hot rod. Gonna kind of fall into line. And listen, I don't hate the fall into the back part. I do not. You know, it's not the worst place to be as long as you just got your head on the swivel. Make sure you stay in the draft, though. That's going to be the key thing is don't lose this draft, because you lose the draft, then you're going to be in some real dookie.
Especially with his clean, is that we've seen the Bump and Run Cup Series, and speaking of clean running, it's...
And didn't our first race of the year go caution-free?
Yeah, at what, Daytona, wasn't it, right?
Yes, sir.
So these...
And I think Daytona, or our second Daytona, had like 1, maybe 2 cautions. Maybe. Uh-oh. Yeah. Who was that?
It's, you bring up the kind of conversation of, not losing the draft. I was just going to bring up, I believe every single driver was still with it. No, but Terry Dougie just about 22 seconds back.
Great.
Pull up the, I believe we have the track map here. Yeah, it's just about on the other half of the track, so might make something happen with the green flag pit stops. They should begin here within the next 10 laps, you got to think. Is that side-by-side starting to heat up once again, this time to 5th?
They go, working their way back around through here.
Oh, Justin Steeves gets turned!
Oh, bang! Bang. Round goes Steeves. Now you're just avoiding. Steve's going to go for a bit of a slide there. Great wreck avoidance from most everybody. I don't know who that one car was, but they caught the brunt of that.
Right when I had glanced over in the old live timing and scoring, I just saw a big old puff of smoke. That may have been some pushing and shoving there out of the turn, all gone wrong. Ooh, maybe a little bit of a little avalanche effect here. All right, we got Billy the Bob forklift driver with us. Let's get the bifocals out. All right,
bifocals are out. Let's see.
Oh, man.
Slight check up. Oh, the 45 is just wrong place, wrong time, and that's going to send everybody for a doozy. That 45 is shaking hands with it. Oh, McCarthy!
Oh, whoa!
Drove through the man.
He went through.
Oh my gosh! Big hit right there for the 87.
Golly, and it looks like that may have. We've talked about netcode a couple times here on the old SSN. That may have been one time that it could have, I believe, saved the number 24. Let's hop on board with Kyler McCarthy as he had nowhere to go. Right up there in front of him, just threw him like a magic man with a magic plan. Justin Steeves, unfortunately, no magic plan there. Is hard into the outside safer barrier.
A big check up there. I mean, it's a wonder there was not a lot more cars in there. There, that kind of replay is of everybody hanging towards the back. Who's that right there? I guess that's Cornelius Brown. You got Tyler Massey, or excuse me, not Tyler Massey. Tyler Myers back there, kind of catching some after church, hands from somebody.
Man, you said it best. Look at this nice evasive action. I mean, except for everybody who just had nowhere to go. But I think I saw Brandon Moore down there. There's Daniel Higgins at that number 2 Menards Ford Mustang. Number 56, I believe that's Joe, or excuse me, the 00 of Joe Stipe. Nice avoidance there. No, number 8 of Brandon Moore, a driver with quite a few wins this race season. We'll take one more look at it. Then we have all of these drivers pitting right now.
Here comes everybody going to come in, or most everybody going to come in. Great wreck avoidance. How about that 8 machine right there, Brandon Moore? I mean, he was bobbing and weaving. John, you got a copy down there on pit road?
Yeah, I actually have Justin Steves here down with me. Looks like they're trying to get that front right quarter panel all shimmered out there, all hammered out. They're going to put some Bear Bond on it, try and get it rocking and rolling, trying to try to keep that number 87 on the lead lap. I believe the commentator's down there with Brandon Moore as he's taking off now.
Yeah, Brandon Moore down here. They 4 tires, a lot of fuel going in it as he slid off through the grass down through there. Great save for the team. Brandon doing a great job right there. The team was happy with that. Having to clean some dirt and maybe a Budweiser can off the front of that thing. Away he goes, and off of pit road he gives. Sean, you got Cornelius Brown down there?
I do, and that front of this Ford Mustang Dark Horse 98 machine has definitely seen better days. This pit crew is down here looking at it, just kind of looking at each other, not really doing anything too much to the car as far as, okay, they're trying to get it all repaired up. Looks like Cornelius Brown is still down there, as well as Justin Steves trying to get their cars fixed back up before we go green flag racing. Back up to you guys up there in the booth.
Man, thank you, Sean Stam.
Oh, thank you, Justin Young.
Our other pit reporter. down there on pit road. He was probably down there in Big Bill's. We'll have to catch him later next round of pit stop, see if he's down there in Big Bill's drinking a mimosa or something. But first caution of the night going to come out here at Talladega.
You know what that means.
Re-rack them, restack them, baby.
Re-rack them, restack them, and we got to check out the old YouTube lands now that we have a chance to do so. We got some Ted, we got some Carrie saying, let's see, we got some Carrie saying just hello, everybody. Travis Farmer was joining us here earlier on. We know that he's probably listening live right there, saying hello, everyone. We got some Terry in here with us as well, so thank you all for joining in here live on another race as we continue to round out the rest of the season. It's playoff action. It's been action-packed throughout the whole season. You can't get much better than some bump and run Cup Series. And if you're just now joining us, let's take a look at these point standings here before the race started, not updated since the race started. McCarthy's still up there with that about, I believe that's 80 something if my points, or if my math is mathin'. Tyler Massey, Austin Mice, Matthew Fitz, and Chris Campbell. All of these points battles still relatively close as we continue to work our way throughout Talladega. Then it's Martinsville, and then we round out the season at Phoenix. It almost puts a tear in my eye, but thanks everybody for joining in race after race, and especially the drivers putting on a show for us, as well as you, Justin, for joining up in the booth.
Not a problem, man. Appreciate you allowing me to do it each and every week with you, and hopefully the old Bumper Run Series will have us back next year. That'd be well treat. Appreciate these folks tuning in with us each and every week. I think, we've had a great audience with us doing these Bump and Run series, and excited, looking forward to 2026.
All right, we got an 80-lap race tonight, I believe. Let's see here. We are on lap 20 out of 80. We got Robbie Bice as the leader. So far, only one caution for 3 laps. Really no lead changes just yet, as it's been Robbie Bice continuing to lead them all. Charles Van Schwick, let's see, he's still running about that 18th position after falling back from the front row at the start of the race. These front 3 rows belong to Robbie Bice, Brian Huntley Jr., Travis Farmer inside in that number 13 Chevrolet Camaro, Josh Small outside, Chris Campbell, Zach Duscher is right there with them. Here we go. We got some more super speedway action. It's Talladega. It's the Bump and Run Cup Series here as we continue to round out the rest of the season. Brian Huntley Jr., that Wendy's Shane Van Gisbergen shake and bake action happened there, up there on the top line as he's got Josh Small as well as Zach Duscher out there. Looks like Matthew Fitz is looking to join that outside line as well.
They're working their way through turns 3 and 4, through 1 and 2. Be interesting to see here. Bice and Huntley have been hooked up pretty much from the start of the race. So now you got new drafting partners, new help in different places. So it'll be interesting to see kind of where everybody goes looking on board. We got Kyler McCarthy, the feet cam. He's got the body cam. Say hey to the folks at home, Kyler. Say hey to the folks at home, Fitz. And look at there. There's Daniel Higgins of Menard's number 2 Mustang. Got the driver cam out with us tonight. Appreciate those folks for allowing us to just kind of peek into what they do each and every week. Boy, look at that run up front from Robbie Bice and Travis Farmer. They have got it separated, but the gap going to get closed in just enough. And you just kind of sitting here waiting for it to happen. You don't know when, but you kind of avoid it the best you can, but you just kind of sitting and waiting.
Man, I'm looking at Fitz. It's like looking in the cockpit of a real NASCAR. Look at his head. It's like right, left, probably eyes more on the kind of the rear view mirror than what's out there up in front of them. Not sure how many of these drivers have real life spotters as opposed just to the iRacing spotter pack. Oh, sparks flying outside that 88 Brian Huntley Jr. machine as he gets a 1.5 up there out of turn number 4. And like you said, Daniel Higgins still hanging right up there with them. He's running, I believe that's 11th place, like you said, that Menard's Dark Horse Ford Mustang. These runs and pushes here, only 23 laps in. We're starting to get, it's looking like the end of the stage and like it's possibly the end of the last lap. It's getting racy.
It's, Pause. I'm just kidding. Could get bad. No, it's very respectful racing here. Like I said, main thing is, hey, we can run up front for a while, but if we get pushed to the back, we're not going to be opposed to it. You're going to take the runs as they come and don't complain because, it can very much end your night or it could, really make your day. So, and don't piss off somebody too early. That's our main thing. Don't piss off anybody way too early because that could really hurt you down the road.
What's so interesting to watch here tonight is just how that outside line it'll kind of fizzle back out, and then it gets just another run and a half. Just, instantly it almost seems. Something that I haven't kind of seen from this next-gen racing machine too much in the iRacing universe. I know they continue to tweak these super speedway models. Right now, it's putting on a show for the race fans. Look at the 3 wide still out there. That's from it is Mark Perry, that Alabama Crimson Tide machine. That might be a home race for him this race week. Austin Mice, that's another driver who started up in the front of the pack. That McConey Setup Shop, Stam Studio Network affiliated, number 97. He's going to continue to run 13th right now. I'm liking him running the inside line, though. You have that exit. You have that scapegoat. No pun intended there. But I'm liking the drivers running the inside line.
Yeah, right now the inside line seems to be your best friend. I don't know, if you race the super speedways a lot, I'm a big fan of them, but racing them, that outside line scares me with cheaters out of me. I'm not a fan of it. So I'd rather just kind of stick to the inside line. But, sometimes it gets close to the end over there. You got to do what you got to do, that's for sure.
I'm getting some deja vu back to the real life race there from Vegas. Daytona as well. Every single race, Kyle Busch tries to make that third line work, and holy check up there, call it third line, maybe in the fourth line that Brian Huntley Jr. really beat Roberts right. But Hayes in real life tries to make that the top third lane where they're just coming to the end of the show, and it never does. But right now, the reason I bring that up, it kind of, well, it's looking like opposite right now. It's just that top line with that really big checkup kind of avalanche effect right now. Through the field, it's going to be led by Willie B. Roberts, Sean Judson, Charles Van Schwick. There's, I believe that's Cameron Smith. All these drivers still, I mean, oh no, there's Tyler Myers almost going for a spin. Does he hang on to it?
Don't, whoa, say that. Atta boy, Tyler. Oh, but that's going to put him way behind here.
Where did this one happen at? I think we're going into 3 right here. Just contact with the apron, maybe?
Yeah, there's a good chance he just kind of got in the apron and it wasn't too happy.
Got so many fans out here. Got the motorhomes in the way. We'll take one more look at it here. Oh, okay. Well, that's a little. All right. Yep. I believe that is what had happened there. We'll go back out here to the race lead. It's still Robbie Bice, ladies and gents, leading all 26 laps tonight. This isn't going to be the first time we've seen it. Holy hurricane. The storms are brewing back here. This is 13th, 14th, 15th. High line ripping the fence right there. Still with Willie B. Roberts. He's committed to it. So is Sean Judson. Cameron Smith still making it work. Kind of. Oh,
they may give it up just a little bit. It starts when you start going 3 and 4 wide. That's when it gets scary.
Race fans down there in the old Stam Studio Network YouTube chats, let me know who you're all rooting on here tonight. Look at that! No rhyme intended there. Cornelius Brown is out of the race. Justin Steves is still in it, although with that pretty heavy damage, as well as Tyler Myers there with that save of a century. These drivers, if this is going to continue to run green, could be looking at going a lap down here earlier on. But yeah, Robbie Bice continuing to lead them all. Travis Farmer back from 18th position. Travis Farmer is up to P2. Slicing, dicing, working his way through the pack. He's right up with these playoff drivers.
Yeah, he's just kind of hanging around through there, not getting too crazy, just kind of keeping his nose right there at the front. But it has been all Robbie Bice up front so far in this one. He's done a great job of kind of watching the blocks, seeing the blocks, and Farmer just kind of hanging right there. You got McCarthy, and you got Massey, you got Fitz, all right there to round out your top 5, and none of them just kind of getting too far out, but just kind of keeping it right there together.
And my dark horse pick up there live at Talladega over Sunday. You said it best, Justin. Just kept getting too far out, and it was Todd Gilliland. He had the runs up there to get up there. He had the speed to get up to the front of the pack. But right now, Robbie Bice, he knows that. As we continue to see it, just like you said, Justin, he is not getting more than about a car length, maybe a car length and a half out up in front. And it's kind of been consistently like that through the field. All of these drivers continuing to hold a very nice line. Stan Mayberry, Daniel Higgins, Philip Bridgman, Austin Mice, and Mark Berry back there. They're in 6th through 10th position. We still have 24 cars out here on the racetrack out of 30 laps to go. Appreciate each and every single one of you joining in here tonight. Before these pit stops start to ensue this stint, we're gonna take a quick crank it up here. Enjoy these NASCAR V8 engines coming to life. We'll be right back with you up here in the booth. Crank it back down because We just had a spin, but no caution on the speedway. We'll give that one back to you, everybody, later. But there, you briefly saw it. It was Daniel Higgins, Cameron Smith, both involved there, coming on turn number 4. Excellent timing for us, Justin. Oh my days.
Yeah, great timing there.
Oh, look at the push here. This is that outside line who really coming towards the tri-oval. There's Justin Steves, Daniel Higgins down the inside. Oh no. Maybe just tried to leave too much room. Oh, what a save for the number 9.
What a save. Oh, my goodness.
Do you remember earlier on in the season, there was a driver, I forget what track we were at, but it was just like that. They had an immaculate save as they were about to go down on the inside. I think it was Robbie Bice at a short track. He almost clipped the inside wall. He came back to win that race. Could we possibly
Was it Richmond?
It was Richmond. You're exactly right. And here's a little bit. Okay, look. Here's the massive checkup that brought this, not caution out, but just a slight incident here between Daniel Higgins and Cameron Smith. Daniel moves up the track to kind of avoid Justin to give him a little bit more room. Maybe didn't know that Cameron Smith was just that close. Contact sends the two around, but hey, we're still moving. We're still grooving, ladies and gents.
Yeah, nobody going to check up just yet. Just going to re-rank, reset, refocus your mind there. But don't let it mess with you too much, because you got to be there at the end.
Oh, I'm curious to see if Daniel Higgins and Cameron Smith both get their black flag cleared there or not, because we do have live race control. That's one of the benefits of running in a great series like this, great league like the Bump and Run Cup Series. Speaking of bump and run, oh my gosh, Charles Van Schwick is loose. Hang on to it. He's still saving it.
Oh, easy, Chuck, easy.
So he went from the back to the front, maybe for a lap or two, and then to the back he goes once again. He probably needs some new underpants there as well. Took him every bit of the second half there out of the exit of 3 and 4 to save that puppy.
That could have been nasty. Could have been nasty. He could have parked that 41 in the wall, but he didn't. Holy cow. It's a wonder he didn't take out, it didn't scare everybody else. And yeah, tell Billy Bob to get off the forklift right quick.
Look at this, just a shove in the corner. It gets him loose. Oh, okay. If we gotta go to the hand camera there, because I know that those things are going left, right. I mean, swatting the flies in the cockpit of the 41. Let's see it this time by riding on board with Chuck. Watch the hands.
Work it.
That's big. I don't know if it's doing it justice, but that's huge, going almost, I mean, dang near 200 miles an hour.
That could have been nasty. That could have took out a lot of race cars.
Oh boy, that's going to be, I believe that's the number 22 of Zach Disher, who goes and kind of shoots out up to the top side of the track. Daniel Higgins is in pit lane right now, but Cameron Smith is still not pit. So if this was a black flag that needed to be served, one driver has made their way down pit lane, as well as going to get laps right here. Justin Steves will also a lap down. There goes Tyler Myers. Will be in the lucky dog position. Oh God, we got one up in the ball. It's the 71. There goes the 88 of Brian Utley Jr. He's making contact with Robbie Bice. Now we're all spinning.
Oh Lordy. Oh Lordy, there goes Chuck. He's gonna get around through there. Oh, that was about like a busher.
That has been the second incident here as we try to make our way back around kind of a car that we're going to put a lap down, and it's nothing that you could put on the cars that are going a lap down. I think it's maybe these drivers that are trying to maybe leave too much room for them. You know it just as well as anybody, Justin. Talladega, it's a lot wider than some Daytona. You got the room to leave. I'll try and rack this replay up.
Let's go back, take a look, see on it.
All right, Billy, where are you at? Where are you at? It starts, I believe, right here with this push all gone wrong here, as there comes the 45. Oh, it has nothing to do with Tyler Myers. Oh, Chuck had it, missed contacts. Maybe even more netcode with the 22 of Zach Disher there.
He had it. He
Got
had
it
it till he didn't
saved.
have it.
Yeah. You took the words right out of my mouth. We'll take another look at it here, another angle. Ooh, Fitz kind of comes up the racetrack as well as Willie B. Roberts comes down at the same time. I'm not sure you could kind of tally that on any driver there. Maybe a racing engine that's going to take out 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 cars here. Oh wow, nice evasive action. Did you see that for the 25 of Mark Berry there? And then we'll take another look at it at race pace this time by. It's going to happen quick, Justin. Get ready.
We're soaring, in the words of High School Musical. We're soaring. Okay, we're flying. Bang. Oh, that's just one of those like accordion effects, and it happened all so freaking fast.
Quite a few drivers there I'm seeing with some nice cat-like reflexes, some nice evasive action there, including Terry Dougie, our 1 out of 2 drivers there out of Canada land. We'll get live back to some pit stops here as oh gosh, okay. I saw the number 97 of Austin Meister slightly miss his pit box. Travis Farmer beats off Robbie Bice wins the race off pit lane there over Travis Farmer. SDK threw us for a loop. Zach Disher, Charles Van Schwick, Brian Huntley Jr. are all still down there in pit lane.
So here we go, everybody coming in. Fresh Goodyear tires going to go on. Top that baby off with some Sunoco race fuel. Man, you gotta keep the nose clean on this baby. You can't have no drag when you running around through here, but you gotta make sure that thing is taken care of. That's for sure.
How about Justin Steves? You're speaking of some damage, still opting to use every single bit of time to try and get this number 87 back up to at least draft-worthy conditions. That caution, I think, saved him. I don't think Justin went down a lap there that stint, so that's going to be pretty big, as well as talk about pretty big. This is going to put us pretty close here to the end of the race. I think we should still have one more caution, but keep an eye and an ear out for most of these drivers to begin to saving fuel right now, because that's going to make your stop just that much faster here as we approach that money stop action. It'll be, right now it's shown Daniel Higgins to the race lead. He's trying to get a wave around this time by. It'll be Robbie Bice continuing to lead him out up front. Travis Farmer, Kyler McCarthy, Tyler Massey, and Matthew Fitz rounding up the top 5.
So we'll get them re-racked, restacked. Get ready to do it all over again almost halfway through this race here. Oh boy, it's been a lot of just same guys up front, but a lot of movement behind them. Robbie Bice kind of been the protector of the front row. But a lot of movement going on behind him.
Yeah, take a look at these drivers that have pit for the final lap here. It was Brandon Moore, Chris Campbell, Charles Van Schwick, Tyler Myers. Well, there goes Tyler Myers across the line. I think it was Stan Mayberry also in the pits this time by. So those drivers are doing something a little bit special there. They're opting to take away their track position to try and fill up that that fuel tank to the brim with Sunoco race fuel. They're going to be able to go just a lap or 2 further as every single lap is going to matter here tonight. Like you've already referenced, Justin, the Kyle Larson from Sunday's race at Talladega. Last lap, you don't want to be a Larson Jr. here tonight.
Nah, you want to kind of be there at the end. That's kind of the place we got to be. Is don't put yourself out too early, I guess is what we're trying to say.
Well, real quick, let's do something special. Something that I think I've kind of been lacking on here on the producer side of things, but as we have that later restart zone here at Talladega, let's go through the field. Brought to you by that admin box, sim racing hardware. Robbie Bice continuing to lead quite a bit of few laps here tonight, if not all of them. Travis Farmer, Kyler McCarthy, Tyler Massey, Matthew Fitz once again are rounding out that top 5. We got Mark Berry, Austin Mice, Zach Duscher, Joe Stipe, and David Berry rounding out the top 10. How about Sean Judson, Philip Brinkman, Cameron Smith, Terry Dugay, Brian Huntley Jr., Stan Mayberry, Willie B. Roberts, Brandon Moore, Chris Campbell, Charles Van Swick, Tyler Myers, Josh Small rounding out the top 22. Justin Steves, Daniel Higgins, Cornelius Brown, rounding out those 3 drivers that are 1 lap down. Here we go, perfect timing. The field is in Robbie Bice's hands once again. We're gonna race towards the high banks heading into turns 1 and 2, and then back in 3 and 4. Look at this run down the outside line. This is nice, clean, calm, cordial, as well as, well, that was nice. It was all put well together there. Very well timing there for Travis Farmer. He gets a nice run from that Harvest Stam Studio Network Ford Mustang. Here we go. That's looks like Mark Berry going to join the outside line as well.
So here we go, down the back stretch we go. Everybody kind of jockeying for position. Don't look now, but here comes that very high side. All the way to the bottom along with Andrew May. Looking outside, there comes Brian Huntley Jr., Willie B. Roberts, Chuck, Cameron Smith, the whole gang. They're 3 wide as they race back to the trio.
3 wide. Oh, hang on to it here. Willie B. Roberts give it a shove and a half there to Brian Huntley Jr. There goes Travis Farmer after being in the front of the pack there. Going to continue to fall. Hang on to it. Oh, this is going to be very dangerous, pushing at the top of the track, ripping the boards at Dega. Something I never thought I would hear myself say. Brian Huntley Jr. I don't know if they're on the same comms right now, but you couldn't even put a piece of paper between Willie B. Roberts and Brian Huntley Jr. It's still Robbie Bice out up front. It's still Kyler McCarthy, P2. It's maybe Bruin 3 wide, but 7 back to 2.
As they make their way through turns 2 and 3, going to come down on the Alabama gang backstretch. Excuse me, they're coming back to the trial over here. Boy,
they all look the same.
Blanked out. Yeah, they all look the same. Programs. Get your programs.
Here, I'll leave this up.
Yeah, that might help me out. The way they go, we're working our way around through here. Coming through 1 and 2. They're kind of spread out, and Terry Dougie's stuck in the middle here. Working their way back down to the Alabama gang backstretch. Single file pretty much all the way back to about 14th or 15th. Then you got Terry Dougie falling. Hit it, Sean.
Oh, my God, rock.
There it is. Falling like a rock he goes. But he's kind of getting some help there. That high side has now become to the middle lane here. And they're going to form up, see if they can maybe start making some hay towards the front of the race here. But nobody really in a whole lot of rush to kind of get there.
So I think I've mentioned this before, and I thought I got corrected on it, but we have heard from Austin Mice in his interviews before that I thought these were open setups, but they might be fixed. Well, I think they're open, and we continue to see the sparks fly at the rear end of these machines. If these are indeed these open setups, in which I do believe they are, I'll go back on myself there. This McConey Setup Shop, Stam Studio Network affiliated number 97. I think I've seen sparks flying out the most out of his rear end, as well as Matthew Fitz and Brian Huntley Jr. That just means, I mean, not only you probably got a little bit more fuel in it, but you're riding the frame rails, you could call it here, lap after lap. Thankfully, these drivers, they don't have to deal with that unless they have kind of a motion simmer or a butt kicker. But it makes the car a little bit more tough to handle, but it is definitely faster on the stretch. I mean, I think calling Marty McFly the way the sparks are flying out the rear end of the Robbie Bice machine. He's fast right here in the front of the pack, but if the 28 does get mired in that dirty air, the car being that vacuum sealed to the track, that's going to present some pretty tough characteristics if he does go about 5 or 6 rows back, continuing to lead every lap thus far, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to help your points chase, but you got to make sure tonight is all about the win. You got to put yourself up front if you want to have a great position going into the short track and not have to race too extremely hard next week at Martinsville. Martinsville is just that kind of a roll of a cap or roll of the dice and hope for the best, because all it takes is one wreck. I mean, it's the same way here. One wreck can really put you down and out, especially at Martinsville, being that it's such a short racetrack. 1 or 2 wrecks and you're several laps down and never ever to catch back up, and it can put a damper. Here you've got a little bit of time, and you got to work together with everybody. But man, a great finisher now will set you up for a good run with the last 2 races of the season.
You're exactly right. This is kind of, it's nothing on bump and run or NASCAR or anything, but these last couple races here in the playoffs, to me, Justin, I don't know, they're kind of considering them wild cards. I mean, it's always a roll of the dice at Dega. Then Martinsville, don't clip me here, but it's kind of, I call it a mini Dega, because I'm sure you have your favorites and whatnot, but it's still kind of anybody's ball game. Speaking of anybody's ball game, sure, it's Robbie Bice, Kyler McCarthy, Matthew Fitz, Austin Mites, the kind of the chase points leaders. But I mean, look at Joe Stipe, Irish. That's another Stam Studio Network affiliation there going on. Joe Stipe's running in 6th position in that 00 Ford Mustang Dr. Pepper machine right now.
So away they go. Do the travel. Away they go. They're working their way back to the trial. Fast start finish line complete. Oh, what lap is that? 48. So we're over halfway through this. Looking at Joe Stipe, the 00 machine, having a good run here. Started this thing 11th, currently running in about the 5th position. Him and Sean Judson side by side as they work their way around through there. Man, how about it? You got to kind of place your run here. You don't want to pull out in front of somebody and set yourself up way too far behind, because it could really put the old damper on the day.
Zach Duscher, that's another driver who started about that 20th position. He's running 8th right now. I thought he was going to get shoved down below the double yellow apron line. He's going to continue to run the inside line, though. Brian Huntley Jr. and Sean Judson continuing to make the outside line work. I don't know if we have seen the Willie B. Roberts machine get off the rear bumper. Oh, there he goes, Brian Huntley Jr. Well, he's not going to work with him anymore. Well, he's not going to be able to, as now he's going to have some company out the rear bumper, as well as try and help out Sean Judson, that Dubby Energy Toyota Camry machine. Stan Mayberry, Tyler Massey, Sean Judson make their way up to the top 10 as that outside line continues to try and find some speed, try and find some momentum. Here we go into 3 and 4, making our way back off of the Alabama gang back straight away. Sean Judson trying to find some speed, some momentum here, as we're going to get a nice shove from Charles Van Schwick and Willie B. Roberts. Travis Farmer looking to join the battle once again.
Making their way downtown, walking fast, faces past and they're homebound. Staring at the concrete wall because they're going so damn fast. Oh, there goes the 19. Kind of got shoved out of line. Here he goes, going to fall. Hopefully not too far behind here. Got to make sure you stay in that draft. Find you kind of an opening here to fall into. But don't let it go too far. There goes Travis Farmer, going to fall also. Didn't pass left and right, up and down. Going to fall to the back of this pack. Maybe fall right in there line with Sean Judson. There you go.
Dang, dude, Sean Judson was just up there with the race leaders, kind of yin and yang there. He goes from the front to the back. Here comes the driver, starting to march his way from the back to the front. That's Tyler Myers, number 45, Chevrolet Camaro. W Energy sponsor there as well. I believe that's Nightmare 23. He's got some live Twitch racing, some live Twitch streaming, as well as I'm not sure if he's streaming this race tonight, but if you're looking for some Twitch, for a guide to give your subscription to there, or as well as the YouTube. Once again, that's Nightmare 23. Tyler, appreciate each and everything that you do here for us up there in the Bump and Run Cup Series. Oh my gosh, that was the Bearded Bear Custom Hides machine of Chris Campbell, just barely slotting into line. But all the race, the race league owners, as well as everybody up there in the booth next to us, it's the tower and the race control booth. Appreciate the time and effort that goes into it, race after race after race, as we start to dwindle down here, Justin. Already, it's only 29 laps to go, man.
Yeah, 29 laps to go with a whole heap of passing and juking and driving. 22 right there. It's squirrely. Holy Moses, Andrew May with a good save there. I don't know if he got some dirty air or what, but that thing was way on out there when it should not have. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to keep her rolling there. This outside line gets right up, trying to get the side draft best they can from that inside lane, and so far it's I can't tell if it's working or not. Got the first four kind of clear. He'll be doing everything he can to try to pull alongside Austin Mice. Looks like he's gonna work right there as they head back off into the 1 and 2.
Man, if we had some kind of live odds tonight of some sorts, it would be Robbie Bice in the front, but oh my god, what a wiggle, jiggle, and jive there for Cameron Smith. No pause, I guess, intended or needed or whatever there, but Cameron Smith with, oh my god, that just did damage to the front of Brian Huntley Jr. Chevrolet Camaro. As hard as he just hit him, unless it's going to buff. No, yep, there you see, that Chevrolet Camaro is not just to a point anymore. It's
little dent.
Yeah, it's maybe a second or two there damage on pit lane to fix. But as these runs continue to get larger and bigger, well, we're going to continue to see these bumps. You're going to see some bumps and runs here as we continue to work just 27 laps to go. It's some jiving and jiving all through the pack, but all these drivers, what if we had just 3 cautions tonight? Is that right? 2 cautions, excuse me, only for 6 laps. But for the James and those 2 cautions, this is big for Robbie Bice, bouncing back to him, because he continues to burn the most. I'm sure he's holding the steadiest line as the fastest car, but we still should have one more pit stop tonight.
So away they go. Still gonna have, like Sean said, 1 stop at least. That's one show gonna happen. Folks, what do you think, Sean? You think we're going to see a lot more juking and jiving? We're going to settle down, or is this thing going to keep going squirrely?
I'll go back to maybe, what was, I have no, maybe 20, 25 laps ago, we can call it. When we did start to see kind of, what did you call it, Justin? It was like, you said something that, I should have said that. Oh, it's escaping my mind. But we're going to see the pack, the runs continue to form. I think that it's just going to continue to get dicier and dicier. I mean, you're going to try to use every kind of single run that you can. If you're not already still trying to save it, because we're making our way towards that money stop. Once we do have what could be a green flag stop tonight, it's all going to depend on how much fuel you need to get into the fuel tank. So long story short, it's gonna get pretty wild here. Coach Steichhoff below the double yellow line there.
This is starting to get messy right here. Like, I'm talking Kardashian messy.
Oh, you're going messy already.
That's right, girl. I went there. I know. Probably Miss Terry and Carrie are probably like, "Oh my God, he went there." Dang right, girl. I went there.
Terry Carey is still down there with us in all YouTube land. I think we got some Ted with us. Look at Huntley giving a shot down to the Gamer Smith rear bumper once again. Taking a look at some live driver cameras again. We got foot cam, Kyler McCarthy. We got face cam, Kyler McCarthy, Matthew Fitz, as well as Daniel Higgins. I mean, you can tell there in the face cams, these drivers maybe, what, 2 blinks a lap. Oh, look at Willie B. Roberts. This is a storm of ruin here, Justin. Will the number 9 or 88 do anything with this run?
Storm of ruin
It's an
strong word
understatement.
because, yeah, all it's going to take is one person making a wrong move, and it's going to cause a kerfuffle. Big words, I know.
So, okay.
Do you think it happens early, or do you think it happens now, Sean?
It's looking like it's going to happen now, but I'm going to put the whole season back behind these Bump and Run Cup Series drivers. We've seen them run. I mean, race. We've seen them run what? More than a couple. It's been twice, thrice, 4 and 5. So many green flag runs throughout a full race. I know it's not going to be completely that here this race today, but we have seen the racecraft, the ethical wheel. You can't get much better than it's here for the Bump and Run Cup Series. And look at Justin Steves. Although he is showing 1 or lap time still, he's keeping some pace. He's keeping some draft right now. So although I don't think we're going to see a caution here within the next 5 laps. I believe it'll be within 10 laps from that. Real quick checking on Brandon Moore. That's our race leader from last weekend at Las Vegas. Hey, he's a gambling man here tonight. He's had some cat-like reflexes. Missed a couple of big wrecks. Running 18th right now. Austin Mice, who finished 2nd last week. He's up there running 4th right now. And then you got Charles Van Schwick, who finished 3rd. He's running 19th at the moment. Here we go, Justin. We're coming to you. We got some green flag pit stops.
Better get on them brakes, get that thing wound up, check your speed, don't speed. This is now time for you to hit your marks and show them what you get paid the big bucks for. Don't come to me too hot and don't put me in a bind. Awesome. Here they come. Looking at our leaders. Caught me there. Here we go. And we're going to come in. Do we just get fuel? Do you take 4 tires here? That is the question. Looks like I'm also going to take just left side only here.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
I don't. Everybody going to kind of take just left sides and maybe a top off of fuel. You better make sure that thing is to the brim.
Speaking of to the brim, that should be all of these drivers that just pit this time by. They should have enough fuel to make their way to the checkered flag. Not sure who took just a little bit more fuel to make their, hopefully put enough Sunoco fuel in for a race restart or 2. As I believe we do have 3 chances at a green, white, checkered. Right now, though, it looks like Austin Mice, very nice pit stop there. Was that our driver that put 2 tires on it as well to the point?
Yeah. Thing is how well are you going to be able to kind of run with these guys next to you? We've seen it kind of happen as the progression of the race goes on. You know, you got new people obviously running up here that haven't run up here yet tonight. How well can they juke and jive with everybody else behind them? That's going to be the fun part as this race kind of wears on and we get towards the end of this one.
So I'm going to leave the track map up here for a couple of laps time. Right now we're starting to see some things cycle out and around. We saw that first group of cars come down pit lane. Here comes here they come down there. They're now single file. Very nice pit stop execution there. This is going to play dividends as fast as they were able to find themselves back to single file. These drivers from about 10th to, let's see, 10th to, back to the number 84 of Philip Briggsman. So Kyler McCarthy, Mark Berry, Brandon Moore, Joe Stipe, Zach Duscher, Stan Mayberry. All these drivers keep an eye on because they're going to have, I think, they're going to have a bit of an advantage over this front lead pack who still need to pit. Will be making our way to 18 laps to go this time by. It's led by Brian Huntley Jr. and Chris Campbell, Tyler Myers as well. But it's all good. Going to come down to gambling as well as, well, Justin, like you like to call it, the money stop. It's a game of tenths of a second.
Yeah, that extra .1 can kill you or break you during this race. I mean it between 3rd and 23rd.
This is going to be pretty fun to see where things cycle out around here too, because although this front pack really isn't as close to each other as that second pack is, so I think they're going to continue to lose just a little bit of time. Still not opting to make their pit stop strategy just yet. There you see on the right side of the screen, all these drivers up in the top 8 have last pit on lap 38, and then you start to look at everybody from them on back. Those drivers have pit on lap 59. So drivers from Austin Mice, on back are good to go on fuel. 1 through 8 still needing to make a stop. I'm still surprised they haven't made their stop just yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more hit roads. I think they're going to try to stretch this thing out as far as they possibly can. So that when you do hit pit road, you know you can make it. Don't put yourself in a bind of struggling down the road. Next thing you know, you're killing yourself trying to get there, and you're having to race too hard, and then you wind up bad.
Brian Huntley Jr., Chris Campbell, Tyler Myers, Travis Farmer, Willie V. Roberts, Terry Dougie, David Berry, and Josh Small. They're gambling men out here tonight with only 16 coming to 15 laps to go. It's that Bearded Bear Custom Hides Toyota Camry up to P2. Tyler Myers, Dubby Energy Nightmare 23 on socials there. Willie B. Roberts, as well as, hey, how about Daniel Higgins shown in the lucky dog position, but running in the 5th place out on track right now. He's going to have Willie B. Roberts right there behind him. And there's the number 87 of Justin Steves. Here he's going to come down pit lane as well as our race leaders here. Justin, we're going to come to you this time by. That number 68 is deep. Here we go.
Oh, Myers. Gonna spin it out coming to pit road. Here comes Brian Huntley. Gonna come on in pretty hot there. That 88 Wendy's machine. He's got Chris Campbell behind him. Campbell would have come in. Let's check the strategy here. Going to look like he's just going to top it off of fuel. No tires, it seems, out of most of this group here. Just a lot of fuel. Thing is, you've got to get out good. You've got to have a partner behind you because you don't want to get put a lap down by this group behind you. So you've got to make sure you are there and you've got friends in low places. That's for sure.
So Brian Huntley
Away
Jr.
comes everybody.
Wins the race off pit lane. Right now they are 2 wide. Well, you can start single filing out here because here comes Stan Mayberry. Here comes Zach Disher. Here comes the number 97 of Austin Mice. These drivers are already back up and at race pace. They are already at race speed. They've made their way around Higgins. There goes the 56. There goes the 13 of Travis Farmer, Willie B. Roberts. Here comes Brian Huntley Jr. Well, they made that one look easy. Chris Campbell, Austin Mice to the race lead. They're going to bring Stan Mayberry as well as the 69 of Matthew Fitz right there with him. Look at how hard and heavy Matthew Fitz is pushing the number 97. He pushes him right around Chris Campbell. This first pack that had pit, they're looking like mathematicians as they find themselves to the pack, to the race lead tonight. 14 laps to go.
Boy, they are getting after it. They ain't going to check up this front group. That's going to be kind of the ones to watch as we work our way around through here. Right now, Austin Fitz. Let's see, Stan Mayberry, Andrew May, working their way around through here. Where is, that's Zach Dusher. Working their way around through here. How about Joe Stein? Joe has been needing a good run. Let's give a little nod to Joe right now. He needed a good run after the past couple of weeks. So good to see him back up here.
How about Joe? He had the pace up there, started 11th. We saw him drop a little bit back there to the pack, a little safer call, if you will. But and Joe Stipe back up to P5. That Dr. Pepper Ford Mustang Dark Horse machine, he's got definitely enough pace in it here to be a contender. 13 coming 12 laps to go. Joe, appreciate your monthly contributions. We gotta get you another care package, some more merch moving and grooving up there to you. Thank you once again. Man, how about our race leader from last weekend right behind Mr. Joe Stipe? It's Brandon Moore. How many times have we seen this throughout the season? He ever so slightly creeps his way back up to the front. I didn't even think you could do this at a super speedway, but he's doing just that. Picking them off lap after lap. Now back up to P6. These drivers who have last pit on lap 59, looks like, now everybody, these drivers that have last pit on lap 65, we should be good to go to the end of this one, Justin.
Yeah, they should be good to go. If not, you got problems. That's close show. Here we go. Everybody gonna work their way around through here. Nobody gonna get aggressive too yet. 12 laps to go here, and right now you've got to just get this thing to the end. But the main thing is you got to find your dancing partner. That's gonna be the fun part as we wear on, because it's gonna get racy. I figure about lap 2 or 3 to go, they're gonna start racing like there ain't no tomorrow. That's for sure.
Hopping on board with Matthew Fitz. He finished P4 last week from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. That's pretty much how I have my setup there. The triple monitors is look at the zero. If you can switch your eyes, you see some contact points there going for Matthew Fitz, but there's 0 X's. He's just pushing as hard as he can on Austin Meiss's rear bumper. This is exactly where you want to be. I don't think you want to be the race leader. I think you want to be P2, P3, P4 as we start to continue to work our way towards that white and checkered flag. Speaking of leading laps, oh no, we got the number 8 going around. Daniel Higgins involved as well.
There's one. Oh, Chris Campbell.
Oh, another smackaroo.
Daniel Higgins all involved in this one.
That's some heavy contact for the 2, for Chris Campbell, for the 25 as well. Well, I don't know if we call it the Justin Tanner curse after that one, but the storm was a brewing right after we kind of called it out on the radar, I guess, there. Shout out to all meteorologist commentators there. This really started up there on the top of your screen. Brandon Moore gets maybe a shove of a century all gone wrong.
That was more of a move, get out the way.
It was Brandon Moore of a Moore honk. Get out the way. Let's see it here transpire out of the exit of turn number 2. Yeah, Kyler McCarthy's far enough that, oh, well, no, he actually, wow, that's, okay. That bottom line checked up so much that was about a car length and a half separating the number 24 and the number 8 that it still caught up Brandon Moore and Kyler McCarthy. We'll hop on board with Kyler and see what he saw from his driver perspective. Because I'm sure it happened all quick.
Sure, he saw a lot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go this time. Bye. Nah, I don't know. There's no way that should turn a driver. I know the Chevrolet comes to a point on the nose, but I mean, come on now. That's a little egregious iRacing. I would. That's. I mean, it was the right rear quarter panel, but the pushes and shoves that we saw from Talladega over the weekend, there's no way that this happens. I mean, we've seen this from Daniel Higgins would contest to this as well. We see this in all sorts of series for iRacing, and I'm not harping on them at all. It is still a great simulator and all that, but we see some contact that sends cars around when I think that it I don't know. I don't know if it really should. Here's a look at it at full speed.
That's just one of them deals you get out the race car and you're like, a lot of cuss words maybe. Just not fun words to say, that's for sure.
Austin Meiss down and out of pit lane. David Berry, Charles Van Schwick is in pit lane. Oh no, the number 28, the driver to lead the most amount of laps tonight. It's Robbie Bice down there. He started first. Well, currently running 24th. He's barbecuing out the front end of that thing. Number 28 has seen better days, but probably into the end of the night here for him tonight.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for him. He's had a great run tonight, so hate that for the man as he has been putting it down, that's for sure.
Alrighty, we're going to take a quick break here on Stam Studio Network and bring you the rest of this race for green flag and on out to the whites and checkered. Don't go anywhere unless you're getting yourself a new snack or new beverage of choice. We'll be right with you. Thanks, everybody.
I'm hoping this iPad makes it. We're on.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody to the one, the only, it's Stam Studio Network for the Bump and Run Cup Series, brought to you by Alpha One Foundation, Admin Box, Racing Sim Racing Hardware, as well as Bearded Bear Custom Hides. The Cotton Bowl Speedway right out there outside of Austin, Texas for some dirt track racing, Mad Dog graphics, Race to Stop Suicide, as well as extreme scoring. Thanks everybody for joining in here tonight for watching race after race here on the Bump and Run Cup Series. These drivers putting on a show for each and every single one of you. We got Carrie, we got Ted, we got Terry joining us down there live in YouTube land, as well as we had some Travis Farmer earlier on. He's out here on the racetrack. Justin, what are we going to have to look here for as we're going to continue to wrap things up through not only the race, but as well as only 2 more races left in the race season.
How excited are we to go to the front? That's going to be the fun question. How bad do we need to be at the front right now versus how bad do we need to be at the front later on in this run? Can we maybe hang around at the back for a little while, or do we need to get after it here and be at the front? That's going to be kind of the question weighing on everybody's mind as we get ready to finish this race out, is how fast do I need to be at the front of this pack? And I mean, that's your discretion, but I will say you better have your dancing partner ready to go because it's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
Teammates are going to make the dream mates happen here tonight as it's Stan Mayberry and Matthew Fitz to the point as we see Barney the Flagman waving loud and proud. 7 laps to go this time by. How about Stan Mayberry? Matthew Fitz, Travis Farmer starting to join this battle as well. Look at this race restart. Completely bunched the field all back up together, as well as some new names and some new places. 3 wide from about their 10th on back. It's side by side out up front. Matthew Fitz to the point. He's got Joe Stein knocking on the rear bumper. Stan Mayberry, here comes Tyler Massey. That inside line is joined by the number 97 of Austin Mice. 3 wide is starting to brew.
Here we go. I'm going to turn off turn number 4. Brian Huntley going to duck back to the inside. Barry going to be stuck outside by himself. Brian Huntley looking for a friend, a teammate, somebody to maybe make that third line go. Willie B's going to answer the call as they work around through there. Travis Farmer to poke his nose out there. If you're Fitz, you're just not worried about the outside. You got to have some help right there from Joe Stein. Here we go. 3 wide starting to come to fruition. 6 laps to go. The big one really hasn't happened yet, but now the intensity is going to get turned up to 10 as they work their way back down to the backstretch. The Alabama gang backstretch is getting occupied quick, fast, and in a hurry. How about this outside line? They have formed to make it 3 wide. Brian Huntley, will it be Roberts, Philip Brinkman kind of being the brigade of that one?
Man, that outside line. I don't think we have seen the 70. Oh, no, Brian Huntley Jr., he gets turned. Travis Farmer hard on the outside wall. This may be the big one. We got Brandon Moore involved. Sean Judson, there goes the 84 down and around. That's about 5 more drivers involved. They're dropping like flies here tonight. Another nice evasive action throughout the whole rest of the pack. Holy, oh my days.
That was a big one. That was the big one.
I don't know. I think, like you said, I don't think we've seen the big one just yet, even after that one.
That one was a
medium one.
Yeah, that's a medium.
All right, take a look. Everybody focus on the left side of your screen. If I had the little circly tool, I would do it here. Oh, okay, well, I'll make it center of your screen easier on everybody. I was just about to talk about Willie B. Roberts and Brian Huntley Jr. not leaving that outside line throughout the whole race. And, well, right there you see it. We're going to back it up and slow it down again. It looks like Travis Farmer here, if we could kind of slow it down, and then I'm gonna stop it right here. Look at Travis Farmer, a little bit offset right here. He's got kind of a headlight out and on that outside line, but that's all a-okay. But the fact that the number 71 of Willie B. Roberts is right there, I think that little miscalculation that either Travis Farmer or Willie B. Roberts didn't know, it ended up causing 5 driver incident.
Well, that's a baby one, a comparison, but man, that could have been bad. Could have been a lot worse. Great driving on everybody else's part to not get involved in this thing, but man, that could have really put a damper on a lot of people's day. But everybody able to get her woed up and get it out there.
God, Travis Farmer with a hard impact, and then Terry Dougie makes his way looking like Marty McFly, Mach 2 down in pit lane. I kind of there's maybe a couple more drivers that I didn't know originally were involved. Looks like Philip Brinkman, the Cleater McGeeter, number 84 paint scheme. So, I mean, Justin, we only have, probably coming to 5-6 laps to go. We have some very big names out of the race. A lot of these drivers, looking at the points here, standings before the race, lots of these drivers who were just involved in this wreck, I mean, let's see. Philip Brinkman, Brandon Moore, some of these drivers, yeah, Brandon Moore running 9th in the points right now. He was involved, probably down, outs, depending on damage there, out of the race. It all happens pretty quick, especially from a track like Dega.
Yeah, all it takes is one miscalculation by somebody, and next thing you know, you're involved in somebody else's mess. And fortunately, hopefully it doesn't put too many guys out of this one. But man, all it takes is one little miscalculation by somebody, and it'll put a damper, and you'll be looking at Martinsville doing some circling and some calculating and making sure you're ready to go, because that's your last hope to try to get to a championship.
Man, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch there, that Phoenix race. I got to do some homework, because I know that, well, obviously we do follow the real iRacing schedule here. And we ran Phoenix earlier on in the year. It's actually... Justin, that was, I'm remembering back on it now, because I actually used the clip coming to the checkered flag as a highlight on one of my things there. We saw an amazing finish at our last Phoenix race for the Bump and Run Cup Series. I think Matthew Fitz and Brandon Moore were up there. Good times, and we're gonna relive them there after Martinsville. After a couple of weeks after Martinsville. Matthew Fitz, speaking of the name, the man, the myth, the legend, he's going to restart us up here on the front row. He's going to have Joe Stipe on his outside. Tyler Massey with, race win after race win after race win this season, has found the pace. He is going to start this race restart Austin Meise's back up to where he started originally. That's P4. Stan Mayberry, Willie B. Roberts, David Berry, Tyler Myers, Zach Duscher, and Mark Berry are rounding out that top 10. What are we looking for?
Here we go.
Restart, Justin?
Is this what I think it is, Mr. Sean? Is this a green-white checkered?
Oh God! I don't think it is. Let's see. We are on lap 7. Oh, okay. It is. It should be. The graphical update as we make our way across the line. But if my math is math, then Justin, it should definitely be, man.
Let's go. That means everybody's going to drive like there is no tomorrow.
Who you got? Let us know down there live in YouTube land. Justin, who you got here winning this race tonight?
Do the math. Carry the 2. I'm gonna go Willie B. Roberts. I'm gonna go one off the wall.
Man, that third row back, I like it. I'm gonna have to go with. Man, you see the light blinking there. I think that is just that's a sign that I gotta take Matthew Fitz. Give me the Fitz Monster Energy Chevrolet Camaro. Settle in this one tonight from the high banks of Talladega. What a race season. It's been so much fun. Can't thank each and every single one of you enough. From the racers to the race fans to the league owners to up there in race control. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Matthew Fitz. Thank you, Joe Stipe, as you have found your way to the front of the pack. Here we go. I believe we got 3 chances at a green-white checker tonight, ladies and gents. We got, coming to 3, 2 laps to go this time by. It's Matthew Fitz, Joe Stipe. Oh, look at that run down the inside line. Don't get too far in front here, boys. 2 laps to go from Talladega Superspeedway.
Making their way back through turns 1 and 2. You can't let the run get too far right there. If you're Joe Stipe, you've got to start getting the move on. This inside line's growing with momentum, and they're starting to fall really fast here. Here comes Barry. He's going to look at Stipe. Oh! Stipe going to go for a spin there. Do they call the caution? That was a huge hit for that 0-0. Do we call the caution, or are we going to run it out? So far, we're going to race this thing back to the green. Right now, there's no outside line. It's just inside line. No! Dang it!
Race control quick on the caution. Caution flag flies before the drop of the white flag. We're going to re-rack them. We're going to restack them. That's the Yamentator pick out here.
No!
Willie B. No.
Had a great run going for Willie B.
God,
Dang it.
He was up there in the front of the pack, not leaving Brian Huntley Jr. as well as that outside line. Well, there that time by, just nowhere to go. We had two separate incidents. We're going to take a look at the most recent one that brought out the caution, and then we'll find the one before that. Okay, well, there's the left side of your screen. It's a sandwich all gone wrong. Justin Steves, Sean Judson there. I mean, just sandwich the Willie B. Roberts.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, right up in the traffic. Look at there's no time for these drivers to slow down. That's why you see them make their way across the line at you call it Mach 2 Marty McFly range there. I mean, Daniel Higgins. Look at Brian Huntley Jr. Well, there's Joe Stipe. Oh no, Tyler Myers. He was hard into the inside wall. I thought the number 84 as well had saved out of Philip Brightman. No, his night is now over as well.
Oh, Lord. We got less than 5% battery.
We'll make
survive, baby. Survive.
Oh.
Damn.
Holy crap.
You ever seen the Ted Lasso thing? Live.
Here is, I believe this is going to be Joe Stipe's incident, as he's going to get a little friendly tap there off that left rear quarter panel of the Austin Mice McConey setup Stam Studio Network Chevrolet Camaro there. It's a mouthful, but I think I've got it down. Here's one more look at it, as this is just, this is kind of reminiscent, but this time it's the other side of the car, left rear quarter panel instead of the right. Well, I take it back. He's a lot more further ahead as Austin Mice. Just turns Joe there. Thankfully, I mean, look at, barely missing the 41 of Charles Van Schwick there as well. Finds himself back up on the track.
Boy, that one was violent.
Justin, I know that this is, I mean, kind of your home track, kind of your favorite track as well. How do I phrase the question here? Because there's so many viewpoints of it. All right. If you're Matthew Fitz, if you're Matthew Fitz or Tyler Massey up here in the race lead, or if you're maybe Cameron Smith, kind of the both perspectives here, Justin. How are you, as well as anybody down there in YouTube land who would love to answer us here? We're on the horizontal broadcast, not the vertical broadcast. Check in the chats. Let us know. But Justin, what is your call? What are you kind of doing here to try and catch that checkered flag and claim it as your own?
Whatever I got to do. Move you out the way, punch you out the way, whatever we got to do to get the dub. That's what I'm going to do.
Man, I'm liking it, and these drivers, we've seen the ethical wheel. We've seen the racecraft time and time again, but I like your kind of thought about it too there, Justin. It's coming down to the nitty-gritty of tonight in the race season. Only 2 more races to go after this one. Fitz, Massey, Mayberry, Duscher, as well as McCarthy up there in the top 5. Man, how about David Berry? Remember, I think he got that race win at one of our road courses, or top 3, I think at Watkins Glen, that Hot Wheels Dark Horse Ford Mustang. He's up there in the top 6 position. He'll start in that 3rd row back. It's still kind of anybody's game to win there, but I think that front row restart's definitely going to help out. Back out there running the top 10, Chris Campbell, Justin Steves, just after a couple races off, couple of weeks, couple of months off, Justin Steves back out here. He's on the lead lap. He'll restart in 8th position. This should be our first official attempt at a green-white checkered out of 3 official attempts. That first one not quite counting because that was kind of an all-natural green-white checkered as we were making our way to 3 and 2 laps to go.
We're making our way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound. A-do.
Making our way down the Alabama back stretch, gang. Something like that.
Something like that, Sean.
How much you got, Justin? What do you got? 3%?
Let's see. Oh. In case everybody's wondering, my computer died, so I'm on an iPad right now. I'm at 4%.
Hey, 4 is enough. If it was 3, I'd be struggling. Hey, 4, there we go. But that's a great transition there, Justin. I was just about to mention. I didn't even know that you're going to be here tonight, but you mentioned going to bring out the old iPad, and more than happy to do it. But man, I get a little bit nervy as we start to approach 4 and 3%. But in all seriousness, though, thank you for, I mean, doing everything that you can to come out here and bring us some Dega action, being your favorite track. I mean, come on, you got to be here, and well, we'll have 2 laps to go if we make it all green this time by. It's Matthew Fitz, Tyler Massey, Stan Mayberry, Zach Duscher, those front 2 rows.
I got to be here for the fans, baby. That's the reason we do it.
McCarthy pumping the gas, pumping the brakes. Fitz getting ready to go. Daniel Higgins, hand already on the shifter. Ladies and gentlemen, I say it all the time, but right now it's most important more than every time. I want you to get up, stand up, get up for your life, and I don't ever want you to give up the fight because we have 2 wide through the pack. We have 2 laps to go. We have contact. The Bearded Bear Custom Hides of Chris Campbell gets turned around. Austin Mice goes around as well. Caution flies on the speedway.
So close.
I thought Austin Mice
so
was about to get T-boned, but it was the iRacing safety pace car.
It was so close.
Well,
so far.
Okay, if my math is math in here, Yamentator, I believe that counts as our first green-white checkered, so...
we took the green.
Yeah, so we should have 2 more chances at GWCs. I apologize because I'm just quite frankly, I'm not used to it here in the Bump and Run Cup Series. We run so clean, we run so green, but now that it's
End of the year,
pressure is
baby.
through the roof.
End of the year, baby.
I think I can already tell. I don't think there's anybody that we can necessarily put that on because, I mean, it was another kind of snowball, kind of avalanche effect, call it what you will.
End of the year, baby. That's what we're going to chalk it up to.
I believe we got the drone chase. So this started, let's see, McCarthy, it's it looks so easy to call it even as slow-mo, but just a slight checkup on the inside line is all it takes for the number 19 of Sean Judson to get contact from his rear end into the front of the 68 of the Chris Campbell Bearded Bear Custom Hides Toyota Camry. That's some pretty heavy contact for both him and Sean Judson.
Yeah, that was a lot of bumping and rubbing and doing, and that'll end your night a lot quicker than you thought it would.
Oh my! Okay, I know I've been wrong quite a few times up here in the booth, and I will make up to this one because I thought I take this completely back. I thought this one had started up there in front, but look at Brian Huntley Jr. Take a look at kind of the left of your screen. There it goes. Dunk, dunk, dunk. It's Newton's law. It's Newton's whatever law of motion. That looked like one of those Newton toys there. You grab one ball and it completely kind of transmits the force, the momentum through it. Look at it one more time in slow motion. Dunk, 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 dunk. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Hopefully I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Well, that's all that matters. It's the top 9 that stay out on the racetrack. Brian Huntley Jr., Austin Mice, Sean Judson, and gang into pit lane. Roberts, Moore, Campbell, Dougie, Schwick, as well as Josh Small. God, look at Josh. Look at Robbie Bice. He's still having a barbecue without us there, Justin. We didn't get the invite.
I just want to know what we were cooking, man. I'm hungry.
I think he's got it all down there in the hood. He's got some monster
We're talking
meat.
about some ribs.
Yeah.
Oh, pause. Hey, yo.
Well, yeah. You have to take a, oh God, that's a major pause there. Hang on now. All right. Met Monster Energy there, but it's Tyler Massey to the point. Zach Disher, David Berry, Matthew Fitz, and Justin Steves. We got some new faces in some new places once again. Matthew Fitz is going to restart 4th after being on the points that last restart. Oh, we'll re-rack them, restack them. I think we need a quick break up here up in the booth. We'll be right back with you. Thanks, everybody.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
So, all right, folks, welcome back. We got a percent left on.
Oh, did he just? Oh, no way. Oh, well, I was going to let the old commentator bring us back, but as you heard him fizzle out there, 1% on the old iPad left. That sucks. After spending the whole night up here in the booth with us, his PC blue screen. Justin actually had to. He bought a used one off of a friend. Gonna go pick it up Friday. He was on an old iPad tonight. Unfortunately, just died. You heard him just fizzle out. You're unfortunately. Oh wait. Is he a zombie?
You can't, mate. Just when you think you can keep a gangster down, you can't.
Welcome back, zombie commentator. Woohoo!
Currently switched it over. The iPad died, so we're currently got it on my phone.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
You did good.
Well, Justin, this has been our 6th caution here tonight for 18 laps. We have had 9 lead changes. We're coming to our 2nd green-white checker, and it's going to be Tyler Massey, Zach Duscher, David Berry, Stan Mayberry, Justin Steves, Kyler McCarthy, Cameron Smith, the front rower rows, new faces, new places, playoff racing. Well, it all comes down to an end here from these next 2 races on the schedule, then the championship run. Oh, a little bit of contact in that inside line as a huge checkup occurs there from, that's going to be Justin Steves on back. That outside line gets a nice shove. Here comes Zach Duscher to the point to the number 22 Pennzoil Shell Mustang.
That outside line has really got to get better looking setup, but look at that 71. He's got to run on the outside, but the problem is he has no help at all. The 22 leading this thing up front currently, but when does the 69 of Fitz go? When does Mayberry go, maybe? Deuce are going to go down to the bottom. That's going to open the lane for Matthew Fitz and Stan Mayberry. 24, that 69, 48, and 24, all teammates right there. So they're all going to work together, got where they wanted to be as they're coming around to the trioval. They'll come around, see the white flag. Next lap ends the race. Checkered or yellow. Here comes that number 71. Willie B, he's going to spin the 24.
24 hard into the outside wall. There goes the tan mobile as well. We're still wrecking down the backstretch. Brian Huntley Jr. is probably dead.
Oh, Peter McSkeeter back there.
We're still white flag. Anything goes, ladies and gents. Brian Huntley Jr. is probably begging for mercy right now, but we are coming across the stripe. Here we got another spin a little bit further down back, but it's Matthew Fitz. It's Stan Mayberry. Here comes Tyler Massey, Zach Duscher, Willie B. Roberts. This is the later start-finish line. It's going to be Matthew Fitz leading him across. Now the 43 is Stan Mayberry gets turned. It's Matthew Fitz to the checkered flag.
Oh my heavens, have you ever? What a last lap of just absolute madness. I don't think madness is the word either, but it's the only word that comes to mind. Holy Moses. I mean, it's going to take us 2 professional business days to figure out everything that just happened.
It's going to take us some business days and some days off as well. But I'll tell you right now, everybody, Matthew Fitz, after leading only 10 laps, leading as well at, the lap on the most important lap, you come into the checkered flag, he gets the race win here tonight. We'll take 2,000-3,000 looks at some race replays as we try and break it down. But right now, Matthew Fitz is going to get jiggy with it. He's going to burn it down. Coming to the stripe. Congratulations, Matthew Fitz, the number 69 Monster MG Chevrolet Camaro. He's going to burn it down here at Talladega.
Looks like here comes McCarthy going to come join the party.
Now, Justin, I didn't know if I necessarily saw the number 69 of Matthew Fitz taking away the race lead. We saw him working that outside line, keeping it moving, keeping it grooving. But coming across the stripe, he will take away the checkered flag. What a race for the number 69. It was a lot of fun to watch up here and broadcast, commentate on. He's going to burn it down for the cardboard cutouts. The race fans down there with them as he's got McCarthy joining him as well.
Boy, there ain't going to be a tire left on either one of these cars.
The race fans are up on their race feet down here live at the virtual Talladega Super Speedway. And I think we have to, before we take a look at some unofficial, official race results as well as the top 3 driver interview booth, we have to first take a look at this race replay. I mean, look at the top row right now. It's Tyler Myers, it's Stan Mayberry, excuse me, that's Tyler Massey and Stan Mayberry. The 56th of David Berry. There you have the 43 up there as well. This, I mean, things changed in a hurry out here. Let's see how exactly the number 69 of Matthew Fitz got this puppy done.
Let's take a look back here. Give us a rundown. Look at the outside right here. This is our what lap here, Sean? This is
we just took the green, so we'll be coming to the white this time by.
This is the point when everybody comes to an absolute menace. Okay, got it. Basically what it is. So here we go. Dusher on the inside, Fitz on the outside. The run starts happening here. You got the teammates lined up on the outside, and they currently are working their way around through here. Look at this run by the 71 to 9. I mean, the 9 is absolutely pushing this out of that 71. It looks like McCarthy goes to the block, and when Willie B's there, he just kind of gets kicked up into him. Just a push gone wrong right there from Cameron Smith is what I see. Do you concur?
Bailiff, I'm going to have to go right there with you, man. That's Cameron Smith. I'm not sure if he just knew he was going to tag the rear kind of bumper there and shot him right up the track. That's going to pretty much be the biggest wreck here tonight that I think we've seen is McCarthy, Higgins. Oh, man, look at Justin Seaves. Nice job missing it there. Excuse me, I take that back. Really not our biggest wreck by any means here tonight until Brian Huntley Jr. down the back straightaway. Still might not be the biggest wreck, but definitely the heaviest contact that we have seen there throughout, I think, any driver in the Bump and Run Cup Series this season.
Yeah, that one was mean right there.
We're going to hang on board and see what happens here with Brian Huntley Jr. He made his way out there out of turn number 2. You have Cameron Smith right up there in front of him, so keep an eye on that as well. He makes it way. Brian Huntley Jr. makes his way through it, misses the first incident, and then we'll take a look here. Sean Judson, that's how this second incident had occurred. David Berry on the bottom of the track. There you see Willie B. Roberts, Sean Judson. They're trying to sort it out. Brandon Moore gonna make some contacts there, and then that's how this kind of second incident had happened there. I hope Brian's wrists are okay. All jokes aside.
That one was a mean one. That was a mean hit right there.
And then Justin, break us down here, coming to the checkered flag for the race win.
So let's see here. I mean, Massey is doing everything he can try to get back up here with this front group, but coming to it right here, you got Dusher gonna look to the inside, and maybe they're gonna float up the racetrack, and Dusher just sees his opportunity and he takes it. And kind of a block gone late there if you're Mayberry and Dusher. I mean, just going to be the unfortunate soul that kind of ends the run for Dusher, running it out there. And Fitz going to get away with it. Massey going to get away with one there too, because boy, they needed a good run there.
Yeah, Austin Mice comes across the stripe in P3 after both of those drivers spin up there in front of him. We will now get some unofficial, official race results here for you on STAM Studio Network, as well as these top 3 driver interviews. Justin, I'll mosey my way on over down there in the interview booth after we round up these unofficial, official race results. Thank you so much, everybody, from the bottom of my heart for joining us here tonight. Hopefully you find your way for some Martinsville action in just a week's time, and then the race championship out at Phoenix in a couple weeks after that. There's the qualifying results. I just clicked race. There they go. It'll be to Matthew Fitz taking away the race win. Tyler Massey, that Harvest STAM Studio Network dark horse Ford Mustang, ended up P2. Austin Mice, Willie B. Roberts, Chris Cantel, the top 5. And then 6-7 belonged to Zach and Stan Mayberry there. That one was for the kids. Looks like 8th and 18th belong to you, Mr. Yamatator.
Oh, I can't read them. I ain't gonna lie.
I got you. It'll be Mr. Steve's. Terry dug a. Matter of fact, I'll help everybody in YouTube land as well. There you go. Kylan McCarthy finishes P11 as our points leader. We'll have to see where the points update to as we head into a short track Martinsville this next race. Daniel Higgins finishes P12. David Barry, Cameron Smith, Brandon Moore, Brian Huntley Jr., Charles Van Swick, Josh Small running at the top 18. Don't go anywhere here just yet as we have 19th through 25th. It's Mark Berry, Tyler Myers, Joe Stipe, Philip Brinkman, Travis Farmer, Robbie Bison, Cornelius Brown running on our top 25. Mr. Yamatator, I'll meet you live up there in at the driver interview booth.
That's our Big 10, Roger.
Copy that, Rubber Ducky. Let's see. I am caught up live here with, hey, Mr. Matthew Fitz. This is Sean Stam live up here in the virtual Victory Lane. You got yourself a copy, man.
Yes, sir. How you guys doing?
Man, I'm doing excellent on this wonderful race evening here tonight. Matthew, you got it done. Congratulations on the race win. Walk us through it, man. How did you get it done here in number 69?
Talladega is a team race. You need your teammates. Robbie was crushing it, leading most of the race. We were able to get up front and maintain with Kyle, Robbie, and Stan. So we got into some issues. Our team strategy changed up a lot many times. Robbie got wrecked out. Very unfortunate. Kyler, ran into some problems. Made his way up to keep us up in the front and stuff. And then, first and foremost, Stan. Stan won this for us. I feel great taking the victory, getting first place and everything, but Stan there at the end, crushed it. He stayed behind me, gave it everything he had. I said, keep pushing in the corners, just let's go. I told him, be my Death Star, I'm the Millennium Falcon. So, we got there at the end. He, unfortunately, he got kind of wrecked out, but he gave me just enough, and we took it home, and I'm just really proud of the Full Throttle team right now.
Man, how about the Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing team taking away the race win tonight? And that's very well said there. Could not have been done with Stan Mayberry. Unfortunately, Stan finishes in that P7 spot, but teammates making the dream mate happen here tonight. Matthew Fitz, congratulations once again on the race win. Is there anybody else you'd kind of like to thank or shout out here who makes this all possible for you here to not only race with us race after race, week after week, but as well as that Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing League as well, at live here on STAM Studio Network every Wednesday night?
Yeah, first I'd like to thank the BNR group, the guys who put this together and do this, every week and set the rules and have to enforce them and everything. We run the league, we know how it goes, and sometimes we cause our own problems in here, but it's all in good fun. So, thanks to those guys for putting this on so we can come out here and race week after week. Thank you to you guys. I love watching your streams, tonight and on Wednesday nights. It's always good to go back, especially, races like this where you win and do well. But good shout out to my team. Kyler, they're helping out the whole time. Robbie, crushing it this race, leading over half the race and stuff like that. Unfortunately, he got into what he did, but, he stuck around, stayed, helped develop team strategies and that, and then Stan. Like I said, this race was won because of Stan. So, big shout out to those guys.
Well, Mr. Matthew Fitz, I have one more question for you tonight. Do you use the iRacing spotter? Or do you have a real got a buddy up there with you up there on top of the virtual spotter stand?
No, I'm not cool enough to have my own spotter. That'd be cool sometimes, but no, I use the cuss pack.
Yeah,
on
the Jimmy
iRacing.
Johnson
I
one.
like it when it yells, isn't it? Yeah, Jimmy Johnson cuss pack.
There you
Yep.
go.
I like getting yelled at when I'm trying to have fun. So.
Well, Matthew, that's about all I got for you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your night here after an immaculate race win. We'll see you next week from Martinsville. Oh, man, get the champagne popping. We'll catch you live there and some virtual Victor Lane for some virtual pictures. Have a great rest of your night.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, I believe the old Justin Yamentator, the man, the myth, the legend, has caught up with Tyler Massey. Another top 3 finish for that Harvest Stam Studio Network machine. He harvests another podium finish.
Oh. Hey, how's it going, guys?
I see the old Yamentator's muted here, so I'll take over for him for just a couple moments here. Man, Tyler, you were.
I'm back. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, there he is. All right, Yamentator.
You hit the wrong button. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
So, all right, Tyler. So, a P2 finish after the madness that was that last lap. Can you walk us through the last lap from your point of view?
So during that last restart, I was so fortunate enough to start in the pole position on the inside line, and I was hoping because the inside line would be so dominant the whole race that I could just kind of go out ahead. But something happened on that restart where somebody didn't go, so there wasn't much help on the inside line. And then the outside line just kind of barreled through until Zach Duscher came down in front of me, and I was just trying to ride with them. And then when everybody got on the inside line, I tried to go to the outs. There was just a bunch of wrecks. I hardly even know what happened, but I was able to dodge some of the wrecks. And on the very last lap, I tried to go on the outside line, hoping that Zach would go outside with me to start pushing, but they stayed on the inside line. I thought I was going to go way back because I was on my own out there. But unfortunately and thankfully for me, that wreck happened, which was really unfortunate, but I was just flying by the seat of my pants at that point. And just congratulations to Matthew and Austin as well for getting through that. And it's just Talladega, it's like rolling the dice. I have no idea how I got up to the front there, and it was just a wild ride.
Oh yeah. Well, does that give you some confidence maybe going into Martinsville next week with a good finish here? I mean, obviously 2 different ends of the spectrum going into it.
Heck no. Martinsville is even more of a gamble, man. I think last time we went to Martinsville, I got DQ'd by getting in so many, wrecks and bumps and stuff like that. The way the incident system works here, if somebody taps you and then they go headfirst into a wall, you get that 4X or whatever. So it's that's going to be the biggest challenge in Martinsville, is not getting a DQ from all the bumping and everything. Because Martinsville, you can still stay in it if you're damaged or something happens, but that 18X DQ limit comes up quick at Martinsville.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Well, Tyler, you got anybody you'd like to thank tonight, buddy?
I definitely want to thank you guys for hosting the Stam Studio Network, hosting the league races every week, in and week out. It's definitely, like I always say, it makes this a lot more fun, just being able to watch the replay afterwards and see how everything is. Really appreciate it. Also the Bump and Run guys for hosting the league and everything. And I'm gonna try to race the bar. I'm not sure if I'll get so lucky, because that's really what for me at least, that's what it came down to, was just sheer stupid luck. It's getting through those wrecks.
Well, hey, you still got tomorrow. We'll hope to see you again, and hopefully tomorrow we can get us one more position, get us a dub.
Yeah, I wish. Have a good night, guys.
Appreciate you, buddy. I'm going to send it to Mr. Sean Stam. I believe he is caught up with our 3rd place finisher.
Yeah, how about it, Mr. Austin Mice? This old SS up here in the SSN broadcast booth. You got yourself a copy, man.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Well, Austin, congratulations on finding yourself up here into the top 3 finish from the back to the front, slice and dicing your way through it. You'll make P3 work. Missing that last lap incident not once but twice, right up there in front of you. not only on that last lap, but I mean, kind of briefly walk us through the race. How did you get it done tonight?
Yeah. On the last lap, I'm actually still kind of got a high heartbeat from that. That was kind of crazy. Go 13th to 3rd. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong.
Back-to-back misses
But
for you.
yeah, I mean, we're too short of where we should be. But all night, really just kind of hung out. Again, it seems like I figured out on the super speedways for myself personally, just hanging out, picking a spot here and there. But for the most part, you just got to be there at the end. At the end of the day, we're all going to stay pretty bunched up. And then, of course, with those overtime finishes, I actually started running into a fuel issue with leading that last, or, we had that green flag stop and we come out and end up leading for quite a while. Staying full throttle kind of put me in a fuel pickle, so that's why I had to pit, which then kind of put us actually in one of those incidents when Fitz accidentally stayed in 5th gear. We had some damage, came in, got it fixed, but nonetheless, it put us in a position to where we probably don't get a podium if that doesn't happen. So I guess sometimes there's blessings in disguise, but overall it was really fun. I'm usually not a big super speedway guy. I just soon stick to mile and a halfs. I think that's evident from last week. But overall, I can't be mad with the 3rd place here.
Man, that's pretty well said, Austin. That's that McConey setup shop. Number 97 was showing some pretty fast pace here tonight. Real quick before we let you get going, is there anybody else you kind of like to thank, shout out, or makes it all possible for you? Not only even tonight, but I mean throughout the whole race season.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys, SSN number 1. Obviously a member with you guys. Love supporting you. Love tuning in throughout the week, even when I'm not racing. Always just chatting it up with everybody that tunes in. Of course, even have your sticker on the truck. Use your koozies when I'm out and about. So, trying to show you some love any way we can.
Yeah.
Got McConey setup shop, man. Again, we're top 3. I think I'm starting to become the new Sheldon Creed with that. I'd really like to know how many second thirds we've got this year. Just cannot get the dang thing done. But regardless, Jeff over at McConey, man, bad fast car. Show Me Restoration, check them out. Quick plug. They actually have a truck that got put in the Snap-on catalog. It's pretty cool. Local restoration shop here, local to me. Check those guys out. Skip and Sons Heating and Air, DCS Underground, Fast Shaft, 76 Customs. All those guys. Big reason I can do this when we can throughout the week. And then, of course, everybody that tunes in, always like actually going back and watching the chats throughout the week. After the races, it's always cool seeing everybody tune in and root for their favorite person. But other than that, that's all I got.
Well, thank you so much, Austin. I didn't want to miss it during the race, but I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you just had a pretty major change up there in your own personal life. I hopefully everything is hopefully everything went well there, and you have a great rest of your night and your future up there. If I'm thinking about the right person.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep, just married October 9th. Shout out to the wife.
There you go.
She's awesome. Love her to death. So she puts up with me doing this several nights a week. So if it wasn't for her, letting me do this, wouldn't be where I'm at. So she supports me too. Always checking in, seeing how we're doing. So I appreciate that. It means a lot.
No, that goes a long, long ways there, Austin. Congratulations to yourself there, and that's pretty big there, as well as that's not as big as a podium finish here at Dega, but congratulations there for you. Hopefully you have a great rest of your night, and best of luck to you going into Martinsville next week, man.
Thank you, sir. Yep, we'll see you. Have a good night.
Thank you, Austin. You do the same as well. Alrighty, I think that's going to just about do it here for us, everybody, on the old Stam Studio Network. If you are still sticking in with us, this is pretty special. This is a quick sort of kind of teaser. I'll have a new video up here, should be up here in the next day or two. Apex Motor Club out there in Arizona has actually flown me out there for their Oktoberfest, as well as race 1 of their season. Kind of put together a travel sort of race highlight video there. It'll be up on the channel in just a few days' time as everything is edited up there. This has been Sean Stam on Stam Studio Network. Justin Yaw, the commentator, with you as well. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your night, and Hey, we'll be right back with you here tomorrow night for some Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing Series for the next gen at Talladega once again. Thanks, everybody. Until then, we'll see you next time.